online. How many people believe that? Okay. Yes, with me. Yes, with the right info. No, I want to. Skeptical. It's hard to believe. Not sure. Regular is possible. Nope. Possibly. No. Everything is possible. True. Yes, with training. Okay. So few people, I would sure like to. Okay. So, all right. Now let's change the question. How many people believe that it's not possible for a regular person to do 6 figures a day online? Don't be shy. Impossible. Hard to believe. Not sure. Not from day one. Well, I'd agree with that. Heck, are you kidding? Not possible. Not sure. Difficult. Kind of hard to believe. Very hard to believe. It'll take some time to build. Hopeful. Possible. Okay. So let me ask you a question. Okay. What would it take for you to go from I don't believe it to it's possible? Okay. Show me proof. Show me. Okay. Show and proof. Real proof. Someone says, hey, I'm not a newbie. Okay. See somebody who has done it. Someone guiding me. The right info. When I see it in my bank. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. All right. Plus, I trust you. All right. I like that. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to turn this over to my friends, and they're going to guide you, and I'm going to be here. These are people who regularly make 6 figures a day online. And what I'm going to say to that is so what, right? So what with some expert makes 6 figures a day online. But here's the punchline is that they teach regular people how to do it as well. And that's why we're here. Okay. Um, so right now, I'm going to introduce you to Andrew Fox. They call him Foxy, um, and and we've just been joined. He's getting hooked up, wired, and inspired um, by the great man himself. I don't see a mic. There it comes. Peter Parks is in the room. I know Peter for a number of years. Peter um, despises hype, um, and he will not say something that has any bit of hype in it. And he also despises anyone saying that you can lay on your back, eat bonbons, and money is just going to come in. Okay? They're going to tell you that if you roll up your sleeves and work, you can make money. But if you think that this is a the kind of a program where you can just lay back, do nothing, and $100,000 is going to pour into your bank account, it's probably a good idea to jump off the call now. So Andrew and Peter, I'm turning it over to you guys. I'll be here, jumping in from time to time, maybe to ask questions or whatever. But you guys, I'm here all the way. Here we go.
Okay, perfect, Harlan. Hey guys, Andrew Fox here. Thank you for that introduction, Harlan. Great to be here on the call with your subscribers and customers. I'll give you a little bit of background on myself. I'm kind of like Peter. We are two guys that we're not going to give you hype in this call. We're not going to try and bedazzle you with kind of hypey figures and made up things. But what we're going to do is literally just take you through a lot of case studies, because I know in the email that Harlan sent out, he says, guys, we want to show, we're going to show a lot of case studies and what is actually possible by using this kind of training that Peter and myself teach. So I'll just give you a very quick background on myself, and then we'll pass it on to Peter. We'll run through just literally a couple of case studies, and then Peter's going to run through a bit of training with you, and then we'll show you more case studies, because I'm sure everybody was quite intrigued. $100,000 per day with Facebook. It's pretty mind blowing. So let me begin. So a bit of my background. I've been making a full-time living online since 1998, when I was just a young pup, about 18 years old. I've sold well in excess of $10 million of products and services. I honestly don't even know the amount, because I don't really even count it. I just grind day in, day out. Recently, I'd sold one of the biggest businesses on ClickBank. It was in the top 10 on ClickBank for an undisclosed, high six-figure amount to a famous group of hoteliers. I've also been one of the biggest affiliates online, and netted as much, like net paycheck, 100 grand in 1 week. Own loads of sports cars, over 4 Ferraris. I like to kind of show this because I'm showing that it's not rented for some scammy, biz up video you see. I've owned these cars before. So 2014 May, and what we're going to share with you today is an opportunity that's happening right now. My dream, guys, was I always wanted to, I wanted to aspire to, owning, luxury properties by the beach. I wanted to, own like, exotic sports cars. I wanted to have the freedom to travel. But one of my biggest dreams was to take a luxury motor yacht, to buy a luxury motor yacht and sail it from, I live in Northern Ireland at the moment, and sail it from Northern Ireland down to the Mediterranean. And this was like a lifetime dream. It didn't really even have a monetary value. And about 3 or 4 years ago, I got that dream, and I literally semi-retired and bought a Fairline Squadron 58 motor yacht. And I'll just show you a few pictures here of what is possible, guys, when you apply yourself on work. So we sailed to a place called Menorca for the first time. Just go back here. And this is where I would spend a lot of my summers, guys. So if you want to get to the level where you want to be, even if you don't want a yacht, if you want to have the option to afford a yacht or do whatever you want, we can help you get there. And like I said, there's no hype, there's no BS, there's no fluff. Peter, my business partner, is exactly the same as myself. We have a great bunch of customers, and we look after them really well. If you ask around, you'll see that we get pretty stellar reviews. So basically, that's what I'm trying to say. You need to know how serious, I am about, helping you succeed. And like I said, the things that I've owned and the money I've generated actually shouldn't make any difference to you. I just want to drive home 3 points. I've lasted online for 14 years, and that's been a reputable guy. And believe me, guys, you don't last that long in something if you're selling crap. And the opportunity Peter and I will present to you today is top notch, and I only involve myself in materials that literally is that kind of quality. And I know I'm reiterating this again, but I do genuinely care about my customers, and I will look out for your welfare. I feel that I'm speaking from the heart, guys. There's so many programs out there where people are, business owners, they're just so greedy and they're driven by money and money. Guys, honestly, money is one of my least incentives. I've been there. I've had all the money I would ever want. I now work. I mean, I work at the minute between 10 o'clock in the morning to midnight, because I'm a believer in, I want to achieve everything I want in my life. Like even getting those yachts and Ferraris and all that. That was only the start. That was only the beginning. I want to build a legacy, and I want to take customers with me and help them succeed. So I'm just showing how passionate I am, guys, about helping you succeed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pass it over to Peter in a second, and he can give you a quick introduction. We're going to take you through some great case study marketing, some great training, and then we're going to open up an invitation to kind of join our family, join our group if you like what you hear. So, Peter, my friend, are you there?
Yep, I'm here, Andrew.
Are you? Have you had a good day, Peter?
Yep, every day is a good day that you get up.
Hey, Peter, how's the baby?
Baby boy is doing awesome, Dr. Kilstein. Thank you very much. He's a little bit of a terror. He's punching me, he's kicking me, he's all over me.
I suspect he takes after his old man quite a bit.
Yeah, yeah, I'm teaching him some MMA, so he'll be quite the superstar.
How many websites does he have already?
He only has one. He's got a little Instagram up right now, and he's got a little website up for other little babies. And thanks to you, actually, I moved into another niche in the baby market. Remember how we talked about you were doing a super sites, and I talked to you about
The baby
what I would
market,
get
yeah.
into. So I actually moved into niche a couple weeks ago, and it's wildly lucrative. So thank you very much.
All
Sub
right.
niche.
Well, listen, folks, I've known of Peter and chatted with him from time to time. And do you hear how low his voice is now? That's just the way he is. There's like no hype, no screaming, no yelling at you. So I'm going to shut up and I'm going to be here and I'll, forward your questions to them. But you are in really good hands here. So listen in, whether or not you choose to join up with them or not, you will expand your mind about just what's possible for regular folks to do online. So, with that, it's over to you guys.
My pleasure, Harlan. Well, Peter, if you're ready, would you like to? Well, actually, what we'll do is, guys, we're going to run through a few case studies just to kind of show you what's possible. And then, Peter, if you want to maybe even run through the baby training, I find that really interesting, but it's up to you what you prefer to do today.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah,
Okay. As you
give
can
them a.
tell, guys, we are the most unscripted guys ever. We just like literally roll out the content, dish out the good stuff, and let the people decide. We do this because we love doing this. So what I'll do is I'll bring you to this page, and don't worry about the link and all. We'll show you that later. I'm just going to play a video here for you guys, literally for about 40 seconds, and then we'll walk you through a few case studies.
For allowing us to learn from you guys, and especially teaching us as much as you have. Because thanks to what you've taught us, we've been able to put 30,000 people on our subscriber list in 2 months, and it also helped us learn how to scale up our business to hit our first six-figure month last month in March.
So, guys, just for a quick interlude there, that was hit their first six-figure month in March. That was Brendan, one of our customers, with his partner Sarah. Great couple, and they're going to go on to do big numbers. This is Tarlis.
The first hour or so being in the members area and in their amazing Facebook group, I felt really comfortable and confident with what I was doing.
If you're running a business, you are always looking for ways to expand. And I think that the DNA Wealth Blueprint offers a solution to that. Anytime you have the chance to learn from a guy who's doing $100,000 a day, you take that chance and try to get as much as you can out of it.
So, guys, I mean, that's just, I mean, you can see how long that video is there. We have so many case studies, so this is really genuine. So, guys, I hope you're excited. So, just put in the chat box if those case studies are beginning to whet your appetite. Are you excited, guys? Are you ready to rock and roll? Yeah, absolutely. Come on, guys, get fired up. Yes, yes, yeah, that's what I want to see. I'm a passionate guy. We're going to help you guys make money. Come on. Awesome. Yeah, we're seeing them now. They're rocking and rolling, Peter. Harlan always brings a good group of customers. Okay, guys. So um, this is Brandon Wenzel then, and Brandon came to a recent mastermind with us in Miami, and I mean I'll let Peter kind of take you through, but Peter, do you want to sort of talk about where Brandon was and where he's come from and kind of the kind of numbers they're doing now?
Yeah, definitely. First of all, if everybody could turn up their volume so they can hear me. I'm a pretty soft-spoken guy, so I don't really yell. I don't really talk too loud, so you're gonna have to turn up your volume. So just type in the chat box really quickly if you can hear me. Turn up your speakers, shut off all the other devices, close your door, because I'm gonna give you some real good stuff. So just type in the chat box really quickly. Let me know if you can hear me.
Beautiful voice, Peter. That's what Mike Almo said. Yep, loud and clear.
All right, perfect. So Brendan and Sarah, great bunch of people. Before they had bought DNA Wealth Blueprint, they were struggling a little bit. They were doing okay with their side business, but they really had a problem with scaling their Facebook campaigns, and they also had a problem with building out their teams and really tracking what they were doing. So Brendan decided to buy the course. It was pretty expensive in his eyes, but he felt the need to sit down with his partner and discuss it and say basically, because they have heard of me before, so they knew I was like a no fluff kind of guy. So they basically said, let's take the opportunity and do it. So they did. They asked me some very good questions. They're very targeted. I helped them a lot on Skype. So in about three months after they purchased the program, they started seeing some really good results with their Facebook campaigns. They started scaling. And then just before they hit their six-figure mark, I was able to kind of structure out, tell them exactly how to do tracking properly so that they can kill all their campaigns that are not profitable, and build a really good team. So when they cracked the six-figure mark, it was all because they followed the system to the letter. They asked very smart questions. They were able to track everything from the word from A to Z, which is no cliche. That's exactly what you need to do because you need to understand your numbers. Math doesn't lie. Um, it's it's the numbers are what the numbers are. So if you can track everything from the front end to the back end, that's when you're going to make your money. So they were able to do that, and they've gone on to they're hitting six-figure months in March, April, and now it's going to be May. They'll be doing high six figures, and they're building out their subscriber list like crazy. So that was a little bit about Brendan and Sarah. Absolutely fantastic guys. They just rocked it.
Yeah, really nice couple and like doing well. So we met them in Miami and wish them all the best. A pleasure having them inside DNA. Also, guys, I think I should mention immediately that these kind of caliber of people and students, we're all inside a private Facebook group within the community. So you get to interact with all the other community, which is obviously a massive factor. So you're never alone. Let's just show you some. This is a Mike Tempo. This guy is only like 22 years old or so. I'll let Peter talk about him in a minute, but Mike's a crazy cool guy. So young, making like a lot of money, and I'll let Peter kind of describe where he was and where he is now.
Yep, Mike is a fantastic guy. Mike didn't know who I was. I actually was looking at Mike developed a course called FB Vault. I was actually looking at it. So I had hit him up on Skype and he didn't know who I was. He thought I was just some random guy. And he was really kind of standoffish for about the first month because he wasn't too sure who I was because he got hit up by everybody all the time on Skype because he was doing okay. He was doing around high four figures, just started to hit five figures a month. And then I never told him who I was. I just basically started helping him the whole entire month. The first month, I just gave him some advice, gave him some tips, showed him how to look at CPA offers, how to track everything, and then finally one day he said to me, he goes, "Your name sounds familiar. Like, are you that guy on Facebook, Peter Parks? That guy that does Facebook stuff?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, excuse my French here, everybody. He was like, "Fuck, dude. Why didn't you tell me who you were to begin with?" So I didn't really want to tell him anything because I just wanted to, help him out. So the key is always provide value first before you ask for anything. And I really didn't ask anything of him. I just wanted to help him out because he was a cool cat. He was doing stuff, which is what I absolutely love. I love to see when people are, driving and making money and trying to succeed. So I started mentoring him, and within about 3 to 4 months of mentoring him, he went from five figures a month to six figures a month. Then he finally cracked seven figures a month. So he's a millionaire now, a verifiable millionaire in 6 months. So that's the story with Mike, and Mike has gone on right now. I think by the end of the year, with the continuing mentoring that he's going to get from me, I think he'll crack probably around $3-4 million, if not more, and that's in his pocket. That's not gross. That's net. So I'm very excited for him.
Okay, cool. I'm just laughing, Peter. We've had a few people here. Keith Merchant. I'm leaving to work for 15 minutes. Can I buy immediately, please? We'll get that over to you shortly, Keith. Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, this we'll just show one more, guys, before we pass you on to the training. This is a guy, Joe Veloz. Literally, really, this is one of my favorite ones, Peter, because Joe is actually working with his brother and his father and stuff. He's brought his family into the business, and they're beginning to do really, really well. I think there's nothing better. Personally, I actually work with my brother as well. My brother is a big software developer in our own company, and is there anything better than getting to provide for your extended family and work and help people? So that's what's happened with Joe. He's brought his family in. They're beginning to do really well. So it's a really heartwarming story. Again, you'll be able to go through all these guys, but Peter, do you want to kind of give a bit of background on where Joe was, where he started, and how you've
Yeah,
kind of helped him totally blow it up?
yeah, absolutely. Like that's one of my tenets is if you can do one thing on this earth that can better somebody else's life, you've done what you're supposed to do on this earth. That's kind of truly believe in that. And the fact of the matter is, if you're able to not only help your family, but have your family excel and your friends excel, I mean, that's just icing on the cake. So with Joe, Joe was doing okay online. Very nice guy. He was doing about 5 figures a month. He caught wind of the course. He was really excited because he had heard about me through the grapevine. So he just took the plunge and he bought DNA Wealth Blueprint. Because his biggest problem was he was spending around $2,000 to $5,000 a day on Facebook, and he couldn't scale his campaign any more past that point. He had hit a ceiling for a few months. So that's why he bought the course. And quickly, we're talking to him on Skype, and there was a full-blown black box call that I had done with him. But with all the calls that we had done together and just emailing back and forth and Skyping back and forth, he brought his dad into the business and his brother into the business, and literally within about 3 months, maybe about 2.5 months, 3 months, he more than tripled what he was doing. Like he's consistently now a six-figure a month earner. So his biggest month so far is like 150,000 in less than 6 weeks. So and he's gone on to do multiple six figures, and he'll go on to do um, probably maybe about $5-6 million this year just with doing what he's doing because he's tracking everything. He's building a team. He's just turned it right on. He's scaled. So the biggest thing that people find in Facebook is they hit a plateau and they don't know how to scale their campaigns because they just don't understand what Facebook wants. So I was able to help Joe with that, and he's gone on to do some very fantastic things. Now, here's my big caveat. As we go through this training and as we talk about case studies, I have to be 100% transparent with you guys. There are probably many of you guys and girls on the call. You may not make a dime on Facebook. Facebook is a beast. You have to understand that is a lot of moving parts on Facebook. So these case studies are people that are relentless. When they bought DNA Wealth Blueprint, I'm a drill sergeant, so I don't take any excuse. I don't take any BS. Oh, I'm watching Oprah, or I couldn't do this because my cat died, or I don't believe in any of that stuff. If you buy the course, you get to work because that's our name on the line, and I want to see everybody succeed. So that's kind of my full-blown income disclaimer is if you come in the course, I'm going to crack I'm going to make you work because there's no excuse. And you'll see here the reason what the results are. And ultimately, it brings me nothing but the greatest joy is to see people just kill it online and just crush it. And I don't use those words too often because I think they're kind of hypey, but honestly, I truly believe that if you just follow the system, um, you'll do very well. So Andrew, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Peter, this is kind of been one of our dragging parts. Guys, can I ask you, put in the chat box here, do you know what case study marketing is? Just put that in. What is case study marketing to you? Okay, we've got one guy. It's it's where you show case studies of your students' results. Yeah, well, in a nutshell, guys, that's what it is. Just keep putting in your things. Okay, a lot of yes and no's and not sure's. Guys, case study marketing is something me and Peter really believe in, where you don't really need to write any big hypey sales letter or hypey sales video. All you need to do is basically train your customers to use your product well, and if they use your product and they get great results, is that not the best testimony ever? Where, I mean, you could look at Peter and you could look at me and say, oh, these guys are big fancy marketers with connections and deep pockets, but is there anything more powerful in life, guys, than just regular, ordinary people, as you can see here, that are beginning to make like really, really solid money online? That's the best type of marketing there is, guys. So that's the type of people me and Peter are. We're not going to like hype and do all that kind of nonsense. We're just going to show you here's proof of our students. We can do it, but can our students do it?
Yeah, and I just want to add to that. Time and time again, I see this online all the time. Um, I'm the farthest thing from a guru. I hate the term. I understand what the term means, and it gets misused all the time. I'm just a everyday guy, just like everyone else on the call. I've just figured out how to make money online, and I'm doing it a very long time. But the thing of the matter is, can you create a system that literally, if you plug and play anybody into the system and they follow your instruction, can they see an outcome? The answer is 100% yes. So it's got nothing to do with myself or my merchant accounts or how much money I do on Facebook every day. Got nothing to do with Andrew. It's the system that we put together. Is can we take anybody and put them into that system, kick them in the butt to make sure they actually watch the videos, follow the training, put some money into Facebook to start advertising, start testing, start tweaking. Can they see a result? The answer is yes. So this is the overwhelming theme of this webinar is going to be, does the system work? Can I plug anybody into the system? Well, that's why we do the case study marketing, because we've got over 60 students now that have gone on to make incredible sums of money. So again, that's kind of, I just want to reiterate that fact for you guys. Andrew, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Well, Peter, we've got a few guys getting excited about the training. So if you're ready there, I'll pass the screen on to you. And if you want to take them through some of your recent case studies, like
Sure.
the recent baby one was really, really cool. Quite exciting. Guys, what I'll actually do is, as I pass the screen to Peter, is again, you probably see people giving old rehashed campaigns and all this, stuff from like a year ago. This is literally from the last week or two. So we're giving you real life. We're literally going to give away stuff that you could easily pay for. So I'm going to pass the screen over to Peter now.
Just so that you guys know this, as Peter and I talked about at the very beginning, Peter and I were having some discussion about a super site in the baby niche. As Peter became a father, he became interested in it, seeing how much he was spending on diapers and stuff like that. So this is something that he got into fairly recently. And folks, I'm going to turn things back over to the master. So this is not old stuff. This is not a niche he's been in for years. This is new stuff. So pay attention.
Awesome. Guys, if you can just type in the chat box, let me know if you can see my screen. We'll get rolling with some crazy content.
Yep, Peter. Everybody's saying yeah.
Okay, perfect. So let's get going because there's a lot to actually go over today. So as you guys can see, I'm not a really big kind of webinar type of guy. I'm just going to give you a down and dirty what works because I don't believe in fluff and where I've been and all these pictures of me with, all over the place. Let's get right into it. So here's the niche that my team had built out for me. We went into the potty training niche. You can see here potty training for the masses. I just ask that you go look at this fan page after the fact. So let me just explain to you what's going on. This is a very and I'm already in the baby niche. I'm in a couple different sub niches of the baby niche, but this one here, I really wanted I really wanted to tap into it because Dr. Kilstein kind of lit a fire under my butt. Um, my baby boy now is about he's 16 months old, so pretty soon I have to get in to start doing this. And I did some research, so did my team, and we found this niche to be a niche that is a very frustrating niche for parents. It's a niche that people go out and they spend ungodly amounts of money in. And I never realized this until I was actually doing all the research. There's a lot of stuff out there for how to potty train, best way to potty training this, potty training that, and people are selling like just junk for the most part. But there's like a couple really good vendors out there and advertisers that got some really good solid information. So, and I bought a product or two. So, I went through the funnels. I'm like, whoa, wow, people are making a ton of cash. So I moved into this niche a couple weeks ago, and I'll just show you briefly. You know, when you see stuff like this, and this is on the fan page. These are women that are emailing our Facebook fan page behind the scenes inbox, and my social media people are just kind of taking care of them. But you can see the desperation within this particular niche, and desperation equals money. Now, here's the thing that I have to really kind of take back. You have to really provide value to these people. You can't go and rip people off and sell them garbage. You have to really make sure the money's the byproduct of this particular niche market. You have to, like, when I looked at this and when I started building out this fan page with my team and people started hitting us up on in inbox, like, I felt sorry for a lot of these people because they're absolutely frustrated. You can see here, dear God, please help. You know what I mean? When you stuff like that, that's some serious stuff. So you kind of have to say to yourself, if you're kind of like a not really cool person, this is not a really good niche for you to get into because at the end of the day, you have to really help people out. I sleep like a baby. My head hits the pillow every night. I sleep like a baby because I do not want to rip anybody off. I've never ripped anybody off, and I will never rip anybody off. That's not the way I'm built. That's not my DNA makeup. So you have to really make sure you really take care of your customers. You see here, there's some serious problems here. Neuropathy, that's like a kidney disorder. So you have to tread very carefully when you're in this particular niche. But let's get back to the first page here. The reason why this pops so well, I mean, if you go on, you can see there's more likes on here, but I'm not really generating any more likes to this page because the likes are for me are just to pre-qualify my traffic before I start to sell them. So we teach you inside of DNA Wealth Blueprint how to run like campaigns to pre-qualify your customers and then turn them into money. That's the only reason why I would ever do a like campaign now is to just to pre-qualify my market. Like, are they willing to whip out their credit card? Are they willing to, give you their email address? That's the only reason why I do like campaigns now. That's my new strategy for like campaigns. But as you can see here, 1,600 likes. I think there's a little bit more now, but a good portion of them, 417, talking about this. So I mean, that's a pretty good ratio. That's some pretty good engagement. So you see here why it works so well. You got a nice, good attention-getting photo cover, which is good. Um, I put down here, a stunning, controversial headline. It's almost somewhat too good to be true. When you're developing out fan pages, and Dr. Kilstein can kind of talk about this too down the road throughout the webinar, you really have to make something that's going to get people's attention, right? So you see how I developed this page. Now, the controversial headline is potty training for the masses. Well, is that too good to be true? Really? Is it possible? You know, and then you have to have a strong call to action. That's above the fold, which I do when you go see the page. Okay, so what I wanted to show you is how this campaign broke out. As you see here, I'm running this campaign, so I'm just going to go. This is a ClickBank product that I'm actually promoting. And as I go through the webinar here, you're going to see how this actually kind of broke out. But the first thing I want to tell you is There's a ton of products online. Products are a dime a dozen. They're the last thing that you want to worry about or look for. The first thing you want to do is you want to qualify your market. Is a market that you're getting into, is there commercial intent? Is there commercial viability? Let me explain to you what that means. Commercial intent is basically, is this market willing to whip out their credit card to give you money? That's commercial intent. If you're getting likes, can you turn those likes into money? Rather than versus just driving a like campaign and just building out likes. Commercial viability means, is this a market that you can push into and build a sustainable business and thrive? The answer is yes, because what do you think is going to happen now as I'm building out this this fan page, this market, this funnel? What's going to happen is these people that have bought from me at this stage, they trust me now implicitly. They're going to be buying other products and services from me as their child continues to grow up. So this is what I'm talking about when it comes to commercial viability. Viability. I look for the end goal. I don't care about short-term income. I look at long-term wealth. When I'm into a marketplace, I'm not looking to do tens of thousands of dollars in a marketplace. I'm looking to do millions, and I'm looking to do residual on top of that. So that's my mindset when I get into a market. I don't care about short-term cash, because short-term cash is just exactly what it means. Short-term, it's done, it's finished. I look for long-term sustainable growth into a marketplace before I push into it. So with this here, you can see here, I'm doing website clicks. So I'm still doing direct linking to this campaign. Facebook allows you to do direct linking to a ClickBank campaign. And one of the biggest caveats that I'm going to say right now is the reason why you're able to do direct linking to a ClickBank product with Facebook is because of the niche market that you're in and how you're doing your promotion. Facebook doesn't give, and forgive me if I swear here, but Facebook doesn't give a rat's ass about what you promote. What they care about is how you do your promotion. That's the key that a lot of people screw up, right? You see how I build out the fan page? I get engagement, I get likes, that's the pre-qualify, and then from there I do a direct linking because I want to make sure that this market it's gonna, throw money, give away some money, give me some money, and it's a sustainable market. I haven't even scaled or optimized anything. I'm still doing direct linking. I'm still testing. So I'm split testing a whole bunch of stuff with this particular niche market. So you see here, my reach here is 420,000. I'm going to show you the ad, so don't worry about that. You're going to see everything full blown, real time. My website cost per click is 10 cents, which is crazy, right? That's what you want. The frequency is 1.26. Let me talk about frequency. There's a couple different ways to do frequency. If you want to get massive exposure into a marketplace and you want to stay in front of your marketplace and outdo your competitors, yes, it's good to have a frequency of like 4 or 5 or 6, because the more times somebody sees your particular ad in that particular marketplace, when Facebook serves it up, the more they're going to start to say, oh, I keep seeing this ad here. Oh, I like this ad because you're targeting, you have the right target market. Your target market is like, this is what they're looking for. So that's one reason why you want to do the frequency. Another reason why you don't want to have such high frequency is because you don't want to show your ad to the same person all the time. You just want to make them maybe see it once or twice and that's it, because then they're going to get desperate. They're going to be like, well, where's that ad? I saw it before. Oh my God, where is it now? So there's a couple different ways that you can work with your frequency. So you see here the clicks, 9,000 clicks. My click-through rate was 6% click-through rate. When I do my campaigns, if I can't bust out over a 1 or 2% click-through rate on my campaigns, for me, that's a failure. Like literally to like millions of other marketers that are on Facebook, if they can get like a 1% or 2% click-through rate, they're like in heaven. But for me, I consider that kind of a little bit of a failure. But it's not a big metric to look at, so don't worry about click-through rate. Like at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest with everybody. The two metrics you want to look for right now is ad spend in, ROI out. So what is your return on your investment? How much money did you get on the back end? That's really your only two things that you should worry about. So you see what I spend, and you see here I'm doing optimized cost per impression. So let's go down here. So basically, this is at the moment, it's like a 267% ROI campaign. And the thing is I did a webinar, I think about a week ago, with another really good marketer, and I gave this campaign away like crazy. And the campaign that I gave away, I showed everything, which I'm going to show you today. People are already making money the next day that I gave this campaign away that are on that webinar. So I'm giving you the same courtesy, and I'm still in this market. I'm probably going to blow this market up big time, because what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go and create my own product, because
So
I seen the
very,
funnel.
very simply, Peter, if you don't mind me jumping in, just showing right there that um, Peter has spent a total of $953 on this and made over $3,500. So this is about money in, money out, and this is not about spending lots of money without a return. If you spend money for a long period of time and you are not making money, Peter, in his underspoken way, will come up with some more polite adjectives for idiocy. Um, but that's not something that he believes in. He believes in very rapid return on your investment.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said, Dr. Kilstein. See, the thing is I have a lot of clients come to me, and they spend money for weeks and weeks and weeks, and they don't see an investment when it comes to Facebook. Like, you can't do that. You're going to know really quickly, depending on your ad budget, whether or not you should be able to move into a marketplace, and whether or not you can make a marketplace profitable. So, and again, it all depends on your skill sets. If you have a basic understanding of Facebook, you've done some Facebook advertising before in the past, you understand your metrics and your numbers, you should be able to spend literally about $100 a day and start to see some results, whether that be leads or that you can do drive to a CPA offer, opt-ins to build an email list. I mean, like I say, I switched around my whole entire strategy now. It's all about, okay, I don't really care about likes. Likes are to pre-qualify a marketplace. Once I start to see likes, I want to immediately turn those likes, or try to turn those likes into money. Or I need to build a list, because that's my pre-qualifying of the marketplace. That's the first thing you need to understand, the first thing you need to do. So don't sit there and keep putting money into a campaign. If it's failing, it's failing. Kill it and move on. But learn from it, because you're actually buying data. So don't get upset. Uh, think about it as you're buying data. You need to analyze that data. Then you need to figure out a way to how to make a return on your investment from purchasing that data, which is what the traffic is. Okay, so let's go to the ad itself, and you're going to see why it popped, and you're going to see why it's doing so well. And you can, like I said, this is a webinar like a week ago. You guys are, I give you full permission to swipe this campaign. Now, here's my caveat to this now, because a lot of people are in this particular niche, and a lot of people are making money. Your metrics are going to change on Facebook. Facebook's algorithm now is looking at what's going on in this particular marketplace, and they're all of a sudden now the auction is going, is being very, very, very systematic. So the metrics that I have, and by the way, my metrics are changing as well, because so many people, there's been an influx into this marketplace. I'm not saying you're not going to make any money. I'm not going to say you're not going to make any money, but you have to understand that Facebook algorithm is constantly changing. So, and you're going to see a case study with one of our DNA Wealth Blueprint members that kind of just said, "Oh wow, this is what happened to me." So how this works is, you'll see here I target over 920,000 people. I'd like to do my testing with under 1 million people, under 2 million, roughly. The sweet spot for me right now to look into a marketplace and not spend a lot of money is roughly around 400,000 people, under 1 million people. You should be able to really get a good grip and hit a good reach in that particular marketplace if you focus in on your targeting. Now, Facebook's targeting is changing dramatically. They've added some new features in, which is absolutely, for you, is the best thing possible, because now, in my opinion, Facebook has become the best targeting platform on the face of the planet. They're giving you so much targeting information now to build out your avatar, which is your demographic for your marketplace, that you'd have to be an absolute idiot not to take advantage of what they're giving you. You have to really understand something. So I'm targeting just United States, 24 and older, because I've done the research in this particular marketplace, so I know who my avatar is, female, and their interest is shopping and fashion, diaper, or family and relationships. Now, again, like I said, I'm still testing this marketplace. I'm doing a whole bunch of split testing. So I'm eventually going to build out my whole entire avatar. I'm going to build it out with laser precision, and I'm going to be able to build out multiple campaigns with multiple ad sets and ads to really just take this marketplace over when I'm good and ready. And then I'm going to build my own product, because that's eventually where I see myself moving into this marketplace. So you'll see why the ad popped. So real potty training, question mark. Here's the 3 things I do on Facebook. When I'm running a Facebook ad, I do 3 things. I ask a question with it, and it's always I ask the question. Second, I make a controversial statement to the point where is it too good to be true? Or the third thing I do when I write a headline is um, I like to have an overwhelming benefit in that headline. So there are 3 things that I do every time religiously. That's part of the DNA Wealth Blueprint system. Is when I write a headline, it's gotta hit one of those 3 factors. It's either you ask a question, you make an overwhelming controversial statement that's too good to be true, or you provide an overwhelming benefit. So you can see here the headline, real potty training, right? And you look at the copy of why I put this in here. Is it possible in less than a few weeks? Question mark. Well, decide for yourself when you see our video. So what does that tell you right there? How I put this copy together, the questions that I'm asking, and you see here why even the stubbornness of toddlers do it. You'll feel good after watching this video and have our experts show you the way. Get the full details today. That's why the ad popped. If you put all those elements together, that's why the ad popped. And then obviously look at the picture, right? I mean, everyone, I've seen a lot of people talk about this. They say image is 90% or image is everything. Like I've tested hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of dollars testing every which way but possible. It's all combined together. It has to be congruent. The image has to flow with the headline and the body copy. Everything has to be perfect. It has to be congruent, because if it's not, what you're doing is you're not being congruent with your prospect. There's going to be some confusion in their brain. They're not going to follow it. So if you're writing out an ad, if you want to, let me take a step back. If you want to do disruption type marketing on Facebook, then yes, you can do that. But I'd like to do congruency type marketing. I'm a content type of marketer, so I got to make sure everything flows together. So you see here, that's the ad. That's how it works. It pops like crazy. Now, you can obviously go get another picture and split test, but I found this picture just works like it works really well. So um, in this case study here, you're going to see what happens to one of our DNA Wealth Blueprint members that I gave this campaign away. By the way, part of the DNA Wealth Blueprint is every month I give away a campaign that's making a ton of cash for free to my DNA Wealth Blueprint members. That's one of the benefits of being our customer. Rather than you trying to figure stuff out, I figure I have to help you guys out to give you a bit of a leg up on your competition. So it's in my best interest. If I can make you make more money, you're going to spend more money with us because you're making money. So you don't care. So one of our members basically said this: I just watched a case study with mixed feelings. This ClickBank product was the exact same one I was doing my DNA Well test trial on. I was doing a direct link from sidebar ads to the product. I made a few sales and actually a small profit. All seemed good. And then I got my Facebook account disabled. I'm not exactly sure why. I now know I think it was my image wasn't suitable. I appealed and got the never contact us again response. So basically it keeps going on, blah, blah, blah. But before he started running the ad again, what happened was he got an email from the website vendor, and basically said the vendor actually sent an email a few days ago which said that the site had been taken down due to record-breaking amounts of traffic. It never occurred to me that this was Peter, right? So part of what I did was I drove a whole bunch of traffic. I'm still driving a whole bunch of traffic to this vendor site. They weren't prepared for it. And then when I gave away this campaign, other people were starting to test the campaign as well. So what I wanted to kind of basically say here is, if you are going to promote a product, any product, make sure you look at the following things. Make sure you look at, is this the product that is going to help people in the end result? Because if it is, then the money is just a byproduct of what you're doing. And is it a product, you know what I mean? Like, you got to be able to make sure you take care of your customers. That is the big thing that you have to understand. Okay. Now, I'm going to take a quick little pause, get a glass of water. Andrew, if there's any questions, we'll take about like 2 minutes. I'll answer some questions. Dr. Kilstein, if you got some questions, definitely pound away, and then we'll get back into it.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Let's see what you got. Questions. Francis, do you work with custom audiences or just interests, Andrew?
I work with precise interest and behaviors, because Facebook has broken out all sorts of new targeting for you now. I was never a big fan of custom audiences.
So you're not scraping Facebook?
I've never scraped Facebook. I bought a couple of tools way back in the day, like last year when all the tools were out there, and I kind of looked at them, and then I just kind of said, I'm not doing it for one particular reason. The second that you log into Facebook, they know everything that you're doing. So people out there, they're really kind of stupid. They say, oh, I'm going to get away with it. I'll do this, I'll do that. The second that you log into Facebook, they're tracking you. It's that simple. And that's all I'm going to say.
All right. Andy said, can you show an actual campaigns case study? Andy, that's what he just did um, on the potty training. That was an actual case study. Okay, here's a good question that how much working capital do we realistically need to start advertising?
Anywhere from $50 a day. If you're looking to get any type of lead gen, depending on what your cost per click is, your cost per impression, 50 bucks a day should get you going to see a little bit of data. If you were looking at building out leads, you're going to need about $100 a day. If you want to do a light campaign and try to work the organic side, 20, 30 bucks a day is good.
Okay. Okay, so Jamal asks a really good question. Okay, how are you able to promote CPA offers and ClickBank products without having your ads denied or account banned? You must be doing some back end. I assume he means black hat stuff.
Absolutely not. I'm a 100% compliant marketer. So the thing a lot of people don't understand is, if you give Facebook what it wants, Facebook will give you what it wants. I'm 100% transparent with what I do with Facebook. I have an internal compliance rep pretty much at the top of the food chain when it comes to Facebook. So I stay in constant contact with them, and I talk to them. I don't hide anything. Like, this is the thing that people that do, and I have nothing against people that do black hat. I mean, whatever rocks your boat, go for it. I like to sleep at night. I've had my account now since 2007. Never had a shutdown, never had a ban, never had any issues with it. Sorry, I had an issue back in January when I was in the Caribbean, because I was running Garcinia, Cambodia. Got shut down for a couple of days. My ads got denied. Then I went back and cleaned everything up. And it wasn't because of what I was doing. It's because there was a lot of idiots in there doing a lot of stuff, and I got lumped in with everybody else. But other than that, I'm 100% transparent. I do direct linking, and the thing is I don't do. You have to have a little bit of common sense. The CPA products and the markets that I'm in over 120 different niche markets. I go in the niche markets where I look at the offers. I make sure the offers are compliant. I make sure the offers make sense. I make sure the offers are not hypey. So if you, and people are thinking that you want to make money and, in weight loss and dating and gambling, those are absolutely the worst markets for you to go into. I mean, I'm trying to show you gold here. I'm in the potty training market. I mean, it doesn't get any simpler than that to make, money every day.
Okay. Um, what's your biggest platform for traffic to CPAs? Is it Facebook where you spend the most on your traffic?
No, I do a lot of media buying. So Facebook is about 25% of what I do. I'm a media buyer. I do a lot of CPA stuff, so I do a lot of other top tier traffic sources as well, like Google Display
Peter, could you
Network.
explain what media buying is?
Yeah, it's
Very
when you're
simple.
yeah, very simply you buy advertising space on a platform or on a website, and you drive it to an offer. Very simple.
Okay. Let's just see if there are any more questions. And are you still doing Garcinia Cambogia or weight loss offers with Facebook?
Yes, I'm still doing Garcinia Cambogia, and I'm doing a couple other weight loss offers.
Okay. Fantastic. Back to you, Peter.
All right. So the big question is, well, where do I find these products? Products, again, like I say, are a dime a dozen. Make sure you pre-qualify your marketplace. So here's a ClickBank CB Analytics. There's a whole bunch of these services out there for ClickBank that you can look at. Basically, what I like to do is I like to find a good converting product on ClickBank by using certain tools. One of them is cb-analytics.com. That's one of the better ones out there. And I like to make sure I do products that have reoccurring billing, because I say to myself, and you should say to yourself as well, if you're going to promote a product, promote something that you're going to get paid on a couple of different ways, where you're going to get paid on at least 2 to 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 months, depending on how the vendor takes care of their customers. So it really helps you out with your ad spend, and really helps you out. It really helps you out with scaling. So that's kind of one of the tools that I use and that my team uses to look for really good products. Okay. So then when you look at here as an affiliate, you kind of want to look for stuff. My kind of ground is I look for products that pay anywhere over $25 to start, bare minimum, because you have to understand what your budgeting is. So if you're going to promote a product that pays you $6, it doesn't really make any sense, common sense wise, for you to promote that product. So anything over $25, $30, $30 range, that's a pretty good start as an affiliate if you're looking at ClickBank, JVZoo, Pay.com, um, ClickSure, all those other kind of places. Like, it's all the same. You also want to make sure that you get some reoccurring billing in there as well. A couple of things you want to look at. You see the numbers here. So number one, basically look at the payout. Number two, look at the commission, what you're going to earn. Number three, look at kind of bonuses. How does the vendor or how does the advertiser take care of their affiliates? Well, with this particular vendor here, they want to give their brand new affiliates a $100 bonus. That gives them an incentive to promote their product. And number four is, do they have really good tools? Tools are very important for an affiliate. When I look at a vendor or I look at an advertiser, I really want to make sure that they take care of their affiliates, because if I have to do all the all the hard labor, the push, to drive traffic, and to pre-sell, to sell the vendor's product, I'm not about that. The vendor needs me. I don't need the vendor, because I can go and create my own product. So the vendors, the smarter vendors, advertisers, they want to make sure they look after their affiliates, because the affiliates are the ones that are making them rich. So that's kind of what you want to look for when you're um, at, looking at promoting a product. A couple of different things you want to look at, and then also you want to as best you can, get in touch with the vendor or the advertiser and ask them some questions. If they have a call center, call the call center, ask them some questions, because the more information that you can get about the product, the better your promotions are going to be. The less work is going to be on your side for doing the promotions, because you're going to have more quality information to do your pre-sell with. So next one is So this vendor does a lot of good things that I like. You know, they have a nice, good dashboard out here. Um, you know, they show you what's going on. They give you some really good tools, which is pretty important. Now, obviously, you want to double check because some vendors, they're not that, how should I put this? They're not quality vendors, so they'll actually fudge their own stats, or they'll actually buy their own product back to boost their stats. And Andrew can talk about this because he was a ClickBank vendor for a long time. So Andrew, if you want to step in before I continue and just kind of talk about that to give some good content on what they should do when they're looking at ClickBank and JVZoo. Right, I guess Andrew's not around. Okay. Um,
So,
so
sorry, Peter,
again,
jump in there. Sorry, I just had a phone call. Sorry.
oh, no problem. I was just saying that if you could just kind of enlighten them as far as what you've seen on the ClickBank side of things and what they should look for when they're dealing with vendors and stuff like that. That would probably help them out as well because you're a super affiliate when it comes to ClickBank and JVZoo.
Yeah, well, ClickBank stuff, guys. Well, Peter, to be honest, ClickBank was the preferred network a few years ago. I mean, I was doing really, really good numbers with them. But guys, one of the new networks at the minute is jvzoo.com. They're a real up and coming marketplace. And I'll tell you part of the reason why. It links into your PayPal account. So when you promote products as an affiliate, you literally get paid instantly. So if you're promoting a product, say, and you make, say you sell $1,000 and you're on 50% commission, well, that commission will physically go in your account as you are as you make the sale. Instant payments are very, very popular, guys. So JVZoo is important for that. Again, simple things that you can look for. You can go onto the JVZoo website, and you'll be able to see the top sellers by conversion. There's a lot of data there, guys. You can see the conversion rates, number of units sold. But in the DNA Wealth Blueprint, we go through all that, and basically I'll take you through everything that you need to know. But yeah, that's just a thing to look out for. JVZoo is on the up, so ClickBank's still a good place. I did very well on it, but I'm mainly doing JVZoo at the minute.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Andrew.
Okay.
So again, like I was talking about with their conversion rates, this vendor puts up their conversion rates. Now again, sometimes you have to kind of verify that, and you'll know that when you're using the tools that the marketplace has. Like when you're working with networks, you're going to see a lot of the stats that other affiliates are pulling in, like network earnings and stuff. So you'll be able to kind of quickly kind of sum up whether or not you want to move into this particular or promote this particular product, because some vendors will kind of try to fudge your numbers. So you always have to make sure you do your diligence. Another thing I like about this is some vendors will go and they'll give you they'll do a lot of research for you. So they'll tell you who your market is and, try to build your avatar for you. The best way, if you're looking at doing media buying, so I'll touch on this a little bit. If you're looking at doing media buying and you're trying to figure out who your market is, the best thing for you to do is any offline publication, magazine, like let's say like Glamour or Shadow Lane or any of those women magazines or like NASCAR, stuff like that. If you go online to look at their websites, if you click on a tab that says anything like Media Kit or Media Relations Kit, if you click on that link, they're going to open up and they're going to show you what their entire database is all about, who their actual ideal avatar is. They've already built it out for you. They've done all the hard work for you. The best thing that you can do is take that data to do a little bit of a split test to kind of verify to see with your own two eyes, but the bulk of the work has already been done for you. So when you're doing your media buy planning, is you're going to be able to map out your whole entire media buy, which is i.e. what websites that you need to go to or what networks you need to go to look at their targeting, look at what kind of traffic that you want to send to your offer, do your media plan. Like I'm going to buy media on this website. i.e., I'm going to buy banners, or I'm going to buy a text link on banner on website A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and I'm going to place my banner on those websites, and I'm going to make sure my tracking link is placed on that website, and I'm going to drive it back to either my squeeze page, or I'm going to direct link it to the advertiser's offer because I want to see if there's some conversion, stuff like that. This will help you out with your marketplace, right? So that's just a little bit of a ninja trick that I like to teach my students, because a lot of people are, they have a hard time trying to figure out, well, who's in this marketplace? Now you know. So a little bit more content for you is what you really should focus on right now. I've kind of touched on this briefly, but I'm going to get into it again. Right now, you don't really focus on your click-through rate. It's an okay metric, but really it doesn't mean squat at the end of the day, because you can have 2%, 3% click-through rate and get all sorts of clicks, but then you're not making any money. So really, you really want to focus on your ROI, and you want to track everything. One of the biggest things I see with a lot of people is they don't put tracking in properly. And when I say tracking, I mean you have to have a tracking link, because you need to know what's working, what people are clicking on. You need to install some type of a heat map if you're going to have like a website or a landing page or a squeeze page, because you want to see what people are doing on your page. There's a whole bunch of services out there that offer heat maps, a whole bunch of tracking services out there. Don't get bogged down with trying to figure out what tracking service is better for you. Pick a tracking service that's well within your budget just to do your testing. If you can scale with that tracking service, great. If you can't, then at least you got the overall foundation of what to track, how to track, looking at your numbers, and then once you start building up a little bit of income, go and get one of the other tracking services that are really good for you, that you can track everything, right? So don't worry about that. Now, again, when you're building out your landing pages, make sure before I do anything, before I start building out funnels and landing pages and email sequences, I got to make sure that this market is a market that I want to get into, and B, there's live bodies in there that are going to hand over money. So again, it comes down to commercial intent and commercial viability. Once you see those first two big major milestones, then you say to yourself, all right, do you want to continue to be an affiliate and just send traffic all day long and just be happy and just collect your affiliate check? Or do you want to do something a little bit more strategic? Do you want to go in there and white label, private label, do your own product and own the house? So you're driving your own traffic to your own product, you own the house, you've got the customers on the back end, you can do some back end upselling, cross-selling, all that kind of stuff. So that's something you need to figure out down the road. So here's what I do, and here's what I teach to do in DNA Wealth Blueprint. You always want to be able to make sure you split test your headlines first, you split test your image, you split test your body copy, you split test your link placement, and you split test your calls to action. I do all of this before I even think about optimizing and scaling my campaigns. So optimizing basically means if I've got 3 headlines and one's converting at 20%, one's converting at 45%, one's converting at like 43% or 42%, I'm going to look at those 3 headlines. Obviously, I'm going to kill the one that's doing 23%. I'm going to focus on, the one that's doing 23%, focus on the other 2, and then from there, I'm going to build out another campaign based on those 3 to get my control. Once I get my control, then I say to myself, great, now it's time to move on. Now, a lot of people might be thinking, man, that's a lot of work. Well, this is what our students do, and this is why they get the results that they get. They're doing tens of thousands of dollars a month, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. This is what you need to do. This is not a lazy man's game. If you don't want to do any of this stuff, hey, no problem. Um, you know, you you put the work in, you get the results. You don't put the work in, you don't get the results. But believe me, I lay it out really, 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 really straightforward for you. And before I get into that, Andrew, if you want to go back to the sales letter there, if you want to just take the screen back and go back to the sales letter and show them Adrian Negletto. Here's a guy, doesn't speak really good English, European guy, but he was able to take the course, and he explains to you how I lay everything out to you kind of in a step-by-step fashion, and so anybody can kind of do it. So if he can do it, not really speaking really good English, European guy, and he'd gone on to do all sorts of crazy, crazy, crazy cash. Really, no one else has got an excuse.
Okay, Peter, I am stealing your screen back. Okay,
Okay.
I'm taking it back, taking the power back. Okay, guys, you should see a screen saying 50% to 800% ROI. Just put in yes. So just put in yes, please, guys. Perfect, perfect. Okay, Peter, if you want to kind of give a
So
yeah, just a
yeah,
summary of
absolutely. So Adrian,
yeah,
mhm. Yeah, so Adrian, like I said, doesn't speak too good English. I mean, it's pretty good, but you know, in his own mind, he doesn't speak too good English. European guy. Before he came to DNA with Blueprint, he was doing 50% ROI on his campaigns. He's frustrated as hell, couldn't figure it out, couldn't figure out how to scale. And also, English isn't his first natural language, so he's having trouble with copy and having trouble with building out offers and stuff. But when he got on the course, I had a few conversations with him, helped him on Skype, and now the kid is doing, and he's a young kid too. He's gone on. Every campaign that he builds now he gets well over 800% ROI in his campaigns, and he's just killing it. The guy is doing 6 figures a month, just steady. Before he came to me, he was doing like 4 figures a month. Then he just took the system and he lays it out for you. It's literally no fluff. It's step by step. Do this, do this, do this, and he just knocked it out of the park because he went to work.
yeah, absolutely. Adrian's another really great case study. Let's see what else. This is another cool guy, Peter, Eric Chen. Eric's one of our customers. Peter again met him at one of the recent masterminds there in Toronto, and you said he was actually being lazy, Peter. He was doing some pretty good numbers, and you and our great mutual friend Carl Mirza kind of kicked his ass and said you gotta get off your butt and just ramp this up because you've got such an opportunity to meet your sales just explode.
Yeah, Eric is a very funny. He's a very funny guy. Eric sleeps most of the day, like 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours. He won't get out of his bed. You know, if he's making like $60,000, $70,000, like that, he's good with that. He doesn't get out of his bed. Um, he's a really funny guy. So when I heard what he was doing, I was just like, dude, like you do yourself an injustice, first of all, because you're not reaching your full potential. Second of all, you got a gift that if you don't share with other people, you do yourself another disservice. I mean, you got a highly specialized skill set. Get in there, look at the course, rock through the course, and do some minor tweaks, which is what I helped them with. So Eric right now is on point. He's done $1.2 million. This guy he's just knocked it out of the park. Now he's doing webinars. He's opened up a private Facebook group. He's helping out other people. He's doing consultations. We lit a fire under his butt because we basically said, get to work. Like, you just stop sleeping. So that's what he did. He woke up and now he's a beast.
Yeah, yeah, his story is very interesting, and he started his own Facebook group and stuff there, Peter, and he's been given a lot of value and stuff, and he said he's been really enjoying it. He's really enjoying, so
Oh yeah, absolutely.
he's
Yeah.
had a big
Yep. Yep.
he's a big fan.
And he says the same thing too. My English is not that good, but I say that's a limiting belief. Who cares about your English? Put everything on a piece of paper and just give it to people in a PDF. Just write it all out. Don't worry about your English.
Yeah. This is another customer, guys. A guy called Chris Hughes. Went from 45 cents EPC, averaging $1.38 to $1.50 now. We've just said undisclosed, but we're allowed to actually tell that he's actually made an extra $30,000 income in the last 2 months and an extra 25,000 leads. If you want, guys, would you like me to play the video for you and you can hear it from his mouth? So yeah, put yes if you want to hear the video play. us started in a wee bit, and I'll just play this for you guys.
I just wanted to make a quick testimonial video and say thank you guys for DNA Wealth Blueprint. The other day I sent you, Peter, a message thanking you, and I remember when I first bought your course in, I think, January, like middle of January, and it made me a little nervous, like a couple $1,000 price point. I was like, shit, I gotta make sure I actually go through and do this stuff and implement it. Sure enough, I did, and I'm starting to see very good results from it. Some of my CPA stuff went up from like 45 cents on average per day to, I think I'm averaging like $1.38 or something. Something very similar, $1.38 to $1.50 a day EPC from that. And that's along with adding a lead for every single person who's coming in. So I'm able to keep in contact with them and do follow-up emails that also are selling other CPA offers, other product offers, relevant things in different niches. And I just wanted to say thank you for that, because it's, kind of opened my eyes to turning this into a legit business versus just one-time income. Right now I'm traveling from Florida up to New York, so I'm just chilling in a hotel. But I wanted to shoot this quick video and say thank you guys. And if any of you guys are on the fence about, actually getting this, just do it. In the last, I'd say about 2 months, it's added an extra like $30,000 income to, the past 2 months, so about $15,000 each month extra on top of what I had been doing, along with 20,000. It's probably even more. It's probably like 25,000 leads right now. I'd have to do a refresh, but the last couple of days I've been, on the road traveling, driving up, and hanging out with friends, so I haven't done any real work. So I'll be seeing that, and thank you guys for watching. If you guys are on the fence about picking up the course, just do it and actually take action to do the stuff that he teaches in the course, because it works, and it works really good. So thanks again, guys. Andrew, Peter, you guys are freaking awesome. Look forward to working more with you guys.
Yeah, so you can kind of hear in Chris's own version there, basically an extra $30,000 in a couple of months and $25,000 in leads. Peter, we're getting a lot of people just asking they're interested in joining and give the direct
So,
link. So
let me,
guys,
Andrew, if I may,
of course.
may I jump in?
Yes, please do, Harlan.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So I asked at the beginning, I asked you guys whether you thought these big numbers were possible. And a couple of you guys said yes. A lot of you guys said no. And when I asked you what you would want to see, you said proof. Do you think Andrew and Peter showed you some proof that this is possible? Yes or no? Type it in. Yes, only 2 yeses. Come on. It's either a yes or a no. Another yes, yes. Another yes, yes. Lots of yeses now coming in. Okay. From potty to money. Yes, yes. Okay. They are a gem. Yes, I like the case studies. Okay. I don't know, Peter, I'm sure this is not in, but while you do not have the screen, is there a screen that you could suitably censor not to give away stuff to show like an income thing?
Yeah, it's right on the sales letter there. It's
Well, why don't you go to there and show that part of the thing? Scroll to
yeah,
that.
yeah, Andrew, you can show them that. It's on the sales letter. There's live real-time login.
Okay, guys, what I'll do is I'm just going to scroll to the part of the video and show you one of Peter's accounts.
Yeah, now I have to put a real big, so I'll just pause the video there, Andrew. I have to put a real big caveat on this. This is what I really, really, really want to avoid, because again, at the end of the day, it's not my numbers or what I'm doing, because when Andrew was sitting beside me in my home, in my office, when he was looking at my numbers, he was just like floored. He was just like, dude, people are not going to believe this. I can't believe it. And I'm sitting right beside you as you log in real time and show me this stuff. So this is kind of what I want to say is like, don't worry about what I'm doing, because my numbers yeah, I'm going to be straight up 100% honest with you guys. My numbers are like maybe unreachable to like the masses. So I don't want you to get defeated and say, oh, I'll never be able to do that. What I want you guys to do is focus on, here are everyday people just like you that have got a system. The system works. It's been battle tested. I've given it to my customers, and they've gone on to do incredible things. And they're everyday people. They start with nothing, like
Well,
everybody else,
well,
and they
get this,
go.
Peter and Andrew. There's a guy on the call who said he just copied and pasted your campaign essentially and made $200 today on the potty training.
Woo! Fucking fantastic. Excuse my French. That's what I'm talking about. Just like that in real time.
That's an action taker. We salute you.
Dr. Kilstein, excuse my French, but that stuff gets me fired up.
All right. And he thanks you for that.
You're very welcome.
No, yeah, and people are laughing, whatever. But in other words, it's not that hard, guys. And I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet. How many people here? How many people here have already done any advertising at all on Facebook? How many people have done any advertising at all on Facebook? Okay, lots of people. Lots of people. Okay, lots of people. One person said horrific experience. Okay. Um, okay. Some people said through Fiverr. Okay. Um, well, most of you have already. Oh my, Peter will beat you up. Um, Adrian, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, said she spent $3,000, got lots of clicks, but no sales. Man, Peter would really come down. He already beat you up. Okay. The bottom line here is that that's not the way. Um, that's not the way they teach. That's not the way they do things. Now, you guys know I take a lot of care about who I present, and in bringing Peter and Andrew to you, um, I I took a lot of care because I know these guys. I know Peter. I've spoken to him a couple of times. We Skype. He's available in their group. I paid full price for this program, okay, and it's worth it. So, guys, tell the folks a little bit about the DNA blueprint. What's in it? What do they get? What do they do?
Andrew,
Okay,
take it
no
away.
problem. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm just going to blow up this screenshot first, guys, because I know you wanted to see that. Peter,
Right.
you can discuss it. Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah, you can see that okay, Peter? Yeah?
Okay, look at those now. Look at those amounts.
I want to say thank you
Oh,
guys
sorry,
very
guys.
much
Whoa.
for.
Whoa.
We lost it. There it is.
There we go.
Okay, look at those amounts in the right-hand column, right?
Peter, if you want to just chirp in
Explain
here,
what
really.
those two columns are, P/L and new.
Yeah, so P/L is profit and loss for that particular time period, and new is the new money that just came in.
Okay, so we're looking here. Unfortunately, Lee, the accountant, isn't on this call, but just quick money is you are looking, and what time frame is this?
This is
Last
just
two
over.
last 2
No,
months?
no, this is April 22nd.
This is 1 day.
This is a week.
This is a week. So if you add that up, somebody really quick, pull out your phone, add those numbers up that you can see 112,000, 45,000, 40,000, 23,000, 92,000, 54,000, 224,000, 142,000, 71,000, 22,000. What do you get, guys?
Yeah, and the funny thing is, Harlan, if I scrolled across the video, I don't want to do it because of the noise, but there's actually more campaigns underneath that
Oh, I
1.1.
believe that. I absolutely believe that. But this is just a tiny screen capture. Eliyahu says bunches. Thank you for the math, Eliyahu. I will talk to you on the phone about your math skills. Did anybody add those up? Do I have to do everything? Come on. Somebody add it up. Pull out your phone. Add it up. I have to do everything. I'm going to do it because I think it's worthwhile. What you guys hear is possible. All right? 112 plus 45 plus 40 plus 23. And I'm rounding numbers here. 92 plus 54 plus 224 plus 142 plus 71 plus 22. That's a grand total of about $825,000.
Say that amount again, then, Harlan, as the audio kind of sort of
I
goes in and out
added up, that's rounding numbers, not even precise. It's around $825,000.
in a week.
Okay, so how many people think that these guys are faking these numbers, that that's a Photoshop? Anybody? Okay. I added both columns up. All right. So, Peter, Andrew, how much are you going to make if you don't get your ass off your couch and follow the program?
Well, it's like anything, Harlan. If you just buy something and start it, unfortunately, the result will be zero. You've got to. I
All
can't
right.
really. I'd love to lie to you here, guys, but no, you're gonna have to get in there and stuff. But the good thing is, you're gonna have Peter and myself leading you all the way. So, we are here. I mean, as Peter puts it, he gets excited and he says, "Guys, I'm your general, and I'm leading you guys into battle, and I'm gonna take you wherever you want to be."
So that's what's possible. Okay, Andrew, tell them about the program.
Okay, perfect. So, guys, everything is inside. It's pretty funny, actually, guys. There's literally the first 30-40% of our page is all case studies. That's why we have so many testimonials. Um, I'll just show this is just one guy. I'll just show you this before I show you what you get in the course. This guy's making so much money part time. He's still in employment, but he doesn't want us to give the full details because we didn't give his last name because he doesn't want his boss to find out how much money he's making. This is hilarious. He's absolutely delighted. So it's pretty cool when you get testimonials like that. But um, let's just go down here. So basically, Peter, do you want to? I'll just scroll down them here, and I'll let you talk through each of the training modules, and you can kind of go over what's in them.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll do it really quickly because I know time is very valuable to people.
Yep.
So basically, in training module number one, it's I kind of go over how to set up your tracking properly. Now, before I actually go into all the modules, here's the biggest thing that a lot of people kind of miss and they don't understand. If people are thinking this course is pretty expensive or you guys are asking a lot of money for the course, think about it this way. It's not the course. You're getting access to myself and Andrew. I'm an 8-figure marketer. Andrew is a multiple 7-figure marketer. You're getting actually personal mentoring from both of us. Do you not think that's more invaluable to you to help you build your business, to scale your business versus the product itself? You have access to us on Skype and in a Facebook group that I'm in every single day because you're my customer. It's my job to make sure that you produce income. So think about that. Keep that in the front of your mind as we go through this. Like you're getting access to both myself and Andrew, which is literally it's priceless. So with tracking number one, module number one, I just basically set you up with tracking. I show you how to set up your tracking properly, split test, what to split test, how to split test, because at the end of the day, again, like I've said, math doesn't lie. So if you understand how to track and look at your numbers, you're going to be super successful. Next one, Andrew. Okay. So module two is how to really pick the right money offers, and we've talked about this. You need to understand, look at the market first, pre-qualify your market first, then go look for the product. That's basically what that module will teach you, and how to look at products properly. Module three, here's where people are just starting to catch on. I've been doing this for a while, but now people are starting to understand when it comes to Facebook, the international CPA offers are the absolute best. I mean, you're going to get dirt cheap clicks. You're going to have incredible amounts of traffic, and you're going to make a lot of money, because this is like what I consider blue ocean territory. Very few people are going international with their offers. Module 4 is, again, I teach you just how to split test the right way and what to look for. So I created another module to kind of really drill it into your head, what you need to do as far as split testing and tools that you need. Okay, module 5 is really what do you need to do to make Facebook work. I teach you really the right way how to market on Facebook. There's only a handful of strategies and techniques that you can use on Facebook. If you want to use everything and listen to everybody else, I mean, knock yourself out. You know, I'm teaching you exactly what works. So if you ask me, well, Peter, what happens if I do this? I'm going to say straight up, I don't know. Here's a system. Here's what I've done. Here's how it works. Go do it. So like, shares, comments, module 6, I kind of blow the cover away and tell you what's really important. So that's kind of, this is the gold one. So I'll let you, once you buy, you'll figure it out and you'll know exactly what to do to really turn your Facebook marketing around. Module 7. So I do a lot of Amazon stuff, and I teach you how to run direct linking from Amazon to Facebook. Pretty good module. I created another course for another really good marketer on this, and his people are just absolutely killing it with Amazon. So pre-selling, module 8. This is where the rubber meets the road. No cliche intended. If you do not pre-sell when it comes to CPA, you're not going to make any money. So basically, I really roll back the curtain on how to do your pre-selling properly to make money. Module 9, mobile is massive with CPA. You're going to see how I do a mobile offer and why it's so effective. Mobile on Facebook is incredible, especially through the news feed. It's like right on our mobile device, right in their face, and you can do some incredible things with it. So module 10, competitive intelligence for profits. This basically is, it shows you how to do your, how to build out your campaigns, how to find your demographics, and a lot of other stuff. It's just too juicy to actually talk about, but I mean, once you get in there, you're going to see it. And Dr. Kilstein, you bought the product, so you've had access to the product, so you can kind of, kind of give your version on it and kind of say, this stuff, it's there. Like
So,
I really don't really hold a lot back.
so the course is really great. It's really organized. It's really simple. I sit with a notebook, take notes on every video. There's a Facebook group where if you've got a question, it's going to get answered really quickly. And if you need to hit or you want to hit Peter up on Skype, I mean, he like lives on Skype. And if he can't talk to you right then because he's putting his kid in for a nap, just wait until those naps stop, Peter. You are dead. And he'll hop back on with you and go over what it is. You don't get that kind of support from somebody who's doing like a 6 figures a day. It's just not seen. Okay, and frankly, this is an opportunity that you're probably not gonna get um, a whole bunch of times.
Okay, there,
Oh, thank you, Dr. Kilstein, for that. That's awesome, and it's true. People wonder why I'm doing this. My intent is to give back to the community. I've been in this community for a very long time now, and I've seen a lot of stuff go on, a lot of, crap and a lot of BS products and a lot of this, a lot of that. I kind of drew a line in the sand with Andrew, and I kind of just said, you know what? Um, I don't have to do any of this stuff, but I feel it's my obligation to do it. And like I said at the beginning of the call, if I can change one person's life for the better financially, I've done what I'm supposed to do on this earth. And I've done that, I don't know how many times since I've been online now, but this is what I'd like to do. So for those of you that are kind of wondering, well, why are you doing it? Well, why, you don't have to do it, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. Well, I do it because I like to do it. Plus two, it gives me bragging rights. Like there's a lot of guys out there and a lot of girls out there that are really cocky, really edgy, and their stuff doesn't convert and their products don't work. And, and they have this air about them. And I just, I'm a very humble guy, very laid back. So I let you, my customer, go to battle for me and speak for me.
Yeah, guys. As Peter said, I actually ended up we created DNA Wealth Blueprint um, in December last year, and I actually flew from Mexico to Canada, warm, beautiful, sunny Mexico to -6 degrees Toronto, and Peter just showed me all this stuff, and I was like, Peter, he was like, dude, do you think people would like appreciate this? And I was like, oh my God, they'll go bloody nuts for it. Like this is super hardcore training. And then Peter literally locked himself in the dungeon for probably he probably just brought like a hamper of food in and some water, Peter, and you just cranked out the course and just literally just poured your heart into it.
Yeah, yeah. It was really draining. Like I didn't really leave my office for a couple of weeks. I didn't shave. I didn't shower. I
I
just
could
created the
I
course.
could I was back in the UK and I could smell Peter from here.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to just cover the remaining other 7 modules left there, so Peter.
Yeah, sure. So I'll go over really quickly. I'm all about testing. If I can't test, I can't validate. If I can't validate, I can't optimize. I can't optimize, I can't monetize. So, this is all about scaling up your ads, and I teach you how to scale your ads properly. And I'm working on some new stuff too, which is one of the best things about Facebook is where they're always constantly updating their stuff. So I'm always creating new case studies. So I've created 4 new modules since we relaunched this product because I don't let my stuff get outdated. That's one of the biggest things I hate when I buy products. I see stuff from 2012, 2011. I'm like, well, what the hell? It's 2014. Like, what did you do? What did you do in the last month? What did you do in the last 6 months? So I have to make sure that I stay up to date. So this is a pretty gangster module. I'm not going to really get too deeply into it. It's just basically I show you a way how to take a lead and get paid for it multiple ways. So I'll leave it at that. It's super aggressive, kind of controversial. But again, my caveat to this is if you're going to do this module and you're going to do it, you got to talk to the advertiser, talk to the vendor. Like that's the ethical way to do it.
Yeah,
So I'll
I
leave
know
it
a
at
few
that.
people. I know a few people, Peter, at a kind of underground conference I was at, and these guys were using these kind of tactics, as you say. It depends on how thick your skin is, really. But if you do it right, they were making a lot of money. I mean, really, really chunky numbers.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so yeah, this is a pretty good module as well, guys, because obviously Peter will drum this into you, and I will drum it into you. I'm the same. I always like to track everything, and you basically give a good rundown here of CPV Labs and sort of show the way you set it up and how you get it working, Peter.
Yeah, and it was actually funny. Did you see the email that we got in support? The owner of CPV Labs, Robert Matthews,
Yeah.
contacted me because we got a whole bunch of customers that are flooding his support desk, and he just kind of wanted to get the idea of what I was teaching so that he's not telling the customers who are his customers as well the wrong kind of thing. So I wrote back and kind of told him, here's how I'm setting up CPV Labs, here's how I'm using it, and here's what the tweaks I've done to it. And he was just like flabbergasted. He's like, look, we're actually making some new Facebook features for CPV Labs. Please let me know what I can do for you. I'll include them for you if you need them, and then I'll give you access, and you can test like crazy. Because I'm a beast with CPV Labs. So that's, I mean, you get people like that contacting you, and they're just like, he's like happy. And I don't want any affiliate commissions. I told him straight up, look, just take care of my customers, and I'm happy. I don't care about the affiliate commissions because CPV Labs is pretty expensive. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, it's like I can't remember what the price is, but it's up there. But I'll tell you right now, if you get it, it's a beast. If you learn how to work with it, this is all the tracking you really kind of need. I mean, this will get you to
Yeah.
7 figures and beyond.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, customer BC Lim, I'll answer this for you. Yeah. Do we get updates of the training videos once Facebook changes its algorithms? Yeah, guys, like I said, this isn't just some outdated, moldy course. We literally add stuff and updates and case studies and new modules all the time. In fact, see the next 5 modules, Peter literally just added these a week ago. So yeah, the answer to that is, DNA Wealth Blueprint is something that when you join, it's a very active, ongoing community. So you're not left in the dark. Peter and I are in there every day. So Peter, do you want to talk about these last 5 modules that you just created in the last week or so?
Yeah, module 16 was still part of the original course. So that was just an updated Amazon versus Facebook. I kind of tell you, what the results were with Amazon and what CPA does, and I like to do CPA, but with Amazon, I mean, if you do it right, all day long, you can make money with Amazon. And again, full-blown earnings disclaimer, you know what I mean? Like you got to put in the work.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, guys, obviously you hear about Amazon, and there was obviously a really big product launch there on Amazon. Amazon is obviously another great way to make money, but Peter actively in this module tests. He's like, okay, guys, I could promote Amazon products if I want, and I know you do promote them, Peter, but generally the much greater ROI comes from the CPA offer. So if you're on the call, guys, and you're dead set, I want to use Facebook traffic to promote Amazon, guys, knock yourself out. You can do that. We're just showing you that generally most times CPA is the more profitable way. But if you want to do Amazon, you can do Amazon. So don't worry about that. Yep, that's the same one there, Peter. You actually
Yeah,
went on 34 minutes with this, so you actually give a breakdown of this. So guys, Peter, if you want to elaborate on that, they can promote Amazon if they so desire, but you kind of explain, why you do CPA mainly.
yeah. So I dedicated a couple modules to kind of Amazon because a lot of people were asking about it, and I really just try to keep it basic. I'm a pretty high level guy, so I try to go about it from like a newbie standpoint so that you can walk through it and just do it. So I show you what kind of squeeze pages to use, how to use a squeeze page. I show you an image hack that works great on Facebook. Um, I show you how to get like literally thousands of clicks doing this particular technique. So it's just again, you've got to put in the work. I'm gonna keep hammering this point home that you have to work. This course is a course where you have to work. So module 18 is where we did some updated stuff. I talk about custom website audiences and how you need to use them and how to profit with them. Module 19, this kills a lot of people. Facebook, yes, they are not allowing dating offers anymore on Facebook unless you are an approved advertiser. You're a legitimate approved advertiser. There are certain things that I can do on Facebook that a lot of people cannot do. There are markets that I can promote on Facebook that a lot of people cannot. And the reason why is because I'm 100% transparent when I do this. And I stay in constant contact. I just gave you this case study for the fact to show people that yes, you can promote dating offers on Facebook. But here's my big caveat. Don't worry about it. Take the strategies and the technique and the fundamentals that I teach in this module and go to another niche market. Don't worry about or don't obsess about trying to get into the dating market, because I'm gonna tell you right now, straight up, 9 people out of 10 that try to get into this market, you may not get your ad approved, and you may actually get your account banned if you keep pushing the issue. So I just put the module in there just kind of as another overwhelming proof that yes, if you do it properly, you can do it. But again, take the strategies and go into another market. Module 20 is direct linking to ClickBank and how to get stuff approved. Just be transparent with Facebook. Don't be shady. Don't try to do black hat stuff. You just, you know, just do it, and you shouldn't have any problems. And that's it. That's the training modules.
Yeah, there's plenty in there to keep you occupied, guys. And because this call's been all sort of Facebook orientated, well, guys, guess what? Even if you were going to buy the course just because of Facebook, you're going to get a whole new education on what I specialize in, and that is product launch training. I have generated multi-million dollars. These are comments on Facebook. I held four different training webinars on basically product launching, and I'll run through kind of what we covered in a minute. But yeah, I mean, I launch on JVZoo. I've launched on ClickBank. I've been one of the top vendors there. We do millions of dollars through merchant accounts. That's where my expertise lies. So there's one comment from Chris Blur. He's a very respected internet marketer. Andrew just revealed a step-by-step system take you from 100 grand to a million. Absolutely rocks. Doug Van Burskick, badass training. Can't write down the notes fast enough. You see, when I do these webinars, guys, you're going to get access to the recorded replays in the members area, okay? And again, if you have any questions, you can always hit me up in the Facebook group and I'll get back to you. So product launches are broken down into 4 sections, guys. And basically that is picking the right type of product to sell. I show you things like free tools I use to study and analyze marketplaces. The can't polish a turd concept. Basically, if you don't get your product right, no matter how good your marketing is, you're always going to be going up, fighting an uphill battle. So I literally take you through case studies, like websites that have maybe hundreds of thousands, generated millions of dollars in sales, and I actually go through everything and show you it. Number 2 is basically sales funnel optimization and pricing. I'm going to tell you this, guys, live on the call, okay? Because I do everything from live case studies. We released a product about 2 months ago in JVZoo, and I priced it at $47 for the front end, and then I had an additional option of $67. And I'll be honest, the first 18 minutes, now I say 18 minutes because literally I follow a launch that closely. My instinct kind of told me this just is not converting the way it should do. And as I decided from experience, I lowered the price to $37. Now, guys, I want you to put in the box here. If I dropped from 47 and 67, how many multiples do you think my sales went up? Like, would it have been once or twice? 1.8, 2 times, 3 times? What do you think, guys? But put in the box there. How many times do you think it changed? Okay, we've got 2, 5, 4, 10. Yeah, I wish it was 10, guys. Don't think changing the price does it that much. Yeah, guys. By changing that price down to 37, my sales went up by about 5 to 6 times. Literally phenomenal. So that goes to show, guys, if you don't test sales funnels and you don't build right funnels, you're going to screw yourself like before you even start. So I go through everything here, pre-launch webinars using time scarcity in funnels. I talk about big flaws with ClickBank and stuff. This is all really good information. Product launch training module 3, scorching sales copy that will convert like a thunder god. Again, loads and loads of testimonials here from people. Really happy with it. I basically go through a letter that generated well in excess of $1 million in ClickBank. Did really well, and I actually take you through the sales letter from start to finish and basically show you how to write copy inside about 60 minutes. So it did pretty well. And then number 4 is basically getting affiliates, unleashing the affiliate fireball, and then making affiliates promote hard for you. So again, motivating affiliates is key. You got to know how to approach different affiliates and stuff. So that is very important. So guys, as well as all this, okay, you're going to get all the Facebook stuff. You're going to get all the product launch stuff. That's what we like to say. DNA Wealth Blueprint, it really isn't just a course, it's an active community. It's a one-time opportunity to join a $1 million, multi-million dollar community. In this picture here is there's myself on the right. There's Peter on the left. Greg Davis, he's Mr. Super Affiliate, 50K a day, really smart guy. And Com Mirza, very smart, even smarter guy, worth $450 million, en route to becoming a billionaire. Very proud to call him a mutual friend of all ours. He's actually my mentor at the minute. Fantastic guy, really helping me. Can't say enough good things about him. So he's actually going to do an interview as well with our members. So you're going to get
So
all
Andrew,
these
I just wanted to
modules.
say,
Yep, sure.
Andrew, I just wanted to say really quickly, part of the thing that our DNA Wealth Blueprint members are just starting to discover is, and what everyone on the call should realize is, it's not just about the Facebook stuff. Andrew has created something here and given away something that very few marketers do. If you're able to do a product launch and do multiple six figures and seven figures prolifically every time you do a product launch, do you not think that that type of information is extremely valuable to you? And add this to icing on the cake. You have a complete system now that you can turn around and you can promote your launches using Facebook. Like, I can't really, this is literally, if I had this stuff when I first started online, well, I wasn't there, but I mean, if it was there, like, I wouldn't be on this call right now with you guys. I'd be sitting on the beach getting fat somewhere.
Yeah, Peter actually, this is how we originally met. It was probably about 5, 6 years ago, Peter. Actually, no, I think it was literally 7. I released a product called the Guru Slayer. It was talking about email segmentation and the importance of segmenting lists, customers, leads, and different things. And Peter basically applied the techniques I taught out of a $77 upsell within the ebook. And you went on to you applied that I think you were in the car insurance niche at the time, Peter, and you went on to generate, what was it, hundreds of thousands of dollars in profits just from implementing what I taught in that course.
Yep, yep. I mean, that was the list building and the stuff on the back end was the game changer for me. A $77 product, I was able to take that back end and go on to do hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, that's just, I can't even calculate the ROI on that. That's just ridiculous. And see, here's the thing too. I'm going to get into this now really quickly. For those of you that are newbie, intermediate, advanced, my recommendation to you is, if and when you buy DNA Wealth Blueprint, take what you like, take the best of what you like, what's inside of there, and take massive action on it. The rest of the stuff, don't worry about it. If it's not for you, or you're not sure about it, or you don't like it, don't worry about it. Take the best and execute, because I guarantee you the 20% that of the stuff that you take and you put action on is going to produce 80% of your like income and your results. Like, really. So when you get in there, don't bitch, whine, and complain about, well, I don't like the way this video was shot, or, well, your voice is kind of monotone and it's humdrum, and oh, who cares? Like, grab the information and take action with it.
Yeah, that's what Peter and I are all about. We still, we're working hard every day. But when time comes, we do take our holidays. Peter's actually coming over to my yacht in the Mediterranean, and we're gonna have a good summer this year. But we work pretty much hard most of the time. So yeah. So as a bit of kind of recap, there, you're gonna get over 20 modules from Peter. You're going to get over 7 hours of product launch training from myself, and you're also going to get private membership to our closed community. So let me just show you the community here first. See, so these are the kind of answers that you'll get. So here's a customer here asking a question. Um, he was basically saying that, the best he was able to get was a 75 cents per click targeting desktop users, and he wanted to get a bit of advice. So if you kind of look here, look at the replies that Peter actually will give you. He will actually go in and show you, like, look, exact stats, exact clicks, dollars spent, made 535, spent $953, made 3,500, and then look at this. literally step-by-step stuff. This is the whole way through the group, guys. We have really, really active customers in there. You're going to be part of a massive community. I think it's so important to draw your attention to this. People said they would buy into DNA just for admission to the group alone. So it's a really, really good place, guys. Now, let me get back to the letter for you guys. Now, I was the guy who wrote the sales copy for this, and I write things pretty much from the heart, and I mean this. This is a picture of a flight. I was flying on Virgin Atlantic, upper class, back to the UK from Canada, and literally, I said death may be the most terrifying thing in life, but for me, there's something worse, and it's basically living your life and not seizing the opportunity that you've been given. I swear to God, I mean that. And if you can get this into your head right now, that time is your most valuable commodity. Guys, if you're watching this call and you think, oh, well, I'll maybe join another time or I'll try and save up, guys, that opportunity is going to pass. And it's up to you to make the decision. Peter and I can only guide you. We've shown you the proof, the case studies, given you some good valuable content. But time is your most valuable commodity. I mean, Bill Gates even said it himself. There's never going to be, you can't buy 28 hours in a day. So if you guys are kind of like getting ready to buy, you need to make that internal decision. Am I gonna join a community that is going to help me, or am I just going to keep running around in circles and just keep chasing my tail? I mean, you guys have the power to change your life. That's all I can say. So, Peter, I'm going to give these guys a link in a minute. Harlan, Peter, if you want to kind of jump in and add anything before I do that, but I'd just like to give my kind of quids in. Once you get into this community, we're going to look after you. We're going to kick your ass in the nicest possible way and try everything we can to get you making money. Or if you're already making money and you want to scale things up, great. We're in there too to help you. So, Harlan, Peter, if you want to chime in here.
Folks, I don't jump on everything that comes along. I'm very, very selective. I've been in the program. I can tell you that the program, what they are saying, is a very accurate representation of the program. The only thing that we cannot predict is you. This has been the least hype of any webinar I've ever been on in my life. If you do the work and you follow what they teach and you ask for help, um, this could be a total game changer for you. On the other hand, if you do nothing, then that's what you should expect back. And I'm keeping that in the spirit of the way Andrew and Peter are. But nothing has been shown to you that is not possible. Do not believe, do not sign up if you think that you're going to make $800,000 or even $100,000 in the next month. Do not join if you think that you aren't going to have to put in time and effort and that there isn't a learning curve, even though there's a lot of support. There's always a learning curve. Um, don't join if you don't believe what they've shared and shown you today. But on the other hand, if you want to be in some really good hands, I'm recommending that you get aboard on the DNA blueprint today. Um, I've sent out the link in the chat. I'm putting it in again now. Peter, what would you like to add?
No, I'm good, Dr. Kilstein. I mean, I'm a totally 100% non-fluff guy. Um,
I've
and I'm
noticed.
gonna, yeah, like I really detest people that kind of waste time, that will kind of abuse my time or Andrew's time. Like I have a baby boy and he is my world right now. He is my priority. Again, the only reason why I'm doing this is because it's my obligation to give back to the community and I want to change people's lives. If you buy, you have to understand something that, and I'm going to be as delicately as I possibly can here. Please do not waste my time. If you buy, get in there, get prepared to get to work. Follow my instruction right now, because if you follow my instruction right now, you're going to do very well. There is a ton of information in there. This is not a course that you watch in one day and think you can go to it. I always recommend you watch the videos at least 2 to 3 times, take a whole bunch of notes, go back, because we have members even today, 6 months later, that whenever they watch the videos, again, they're learning something new. There's that much content in there, there's that much information. So you have to get to work. I'm not saying you got to burn yourself out. Take your time, get in there. There's no rush to wealth. You're in, you're in. You're in for life. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to try to bang you over the head and sell you other stuff. I don't do that. This is a course that will take you, and my income here, I have to be really, 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 really down to earth about this. And the thing that kind of scared me is, you know, I kind of said to myself, does this actually work? I put it together. I know it works for myself. I know I've done outstanding numbers with it. Can I get other people to do this? And it's taken like literally night and day. I've had people call me on my cell phone at 2 o'clock in the morning asking me questions, and I've helped them out. I don't know how they got a hold of my cell phone number. That was absolutely crazy, but this is how passionate I am about taking care of my customers. And this is the results of it today. Still in beta testing, we've got over 60 students that are just killing it. So I have to say to you, get in there, watch the videos, watch them a couple times, go into the Facebook group, go use the search function, the little magnifying glass, go through all the questions, because 9 times out of 10, your question will already be answered inside of that group. And once you got everything and you feel you're 100% comfortable, hey, hit me up on Skype or hit me up in the members area. I'll talk to you. I'll help you out. But I need you to take action. Don't sit there like a lump on a log and watch Oprah and eat bonbons on the couch, because I'll get pissed. That's it. I'm good. I'm done.
Okay, guys, let's pick up any questions. And for those of you getting on board, get on now. Questions. Is there a multi-pay option?
Yeah, the options we have is you can pay $1,997 up front as a single payment. That's lifetime access, Harlan. Or you can get in for 2 payments spread 30 days apart of $1,197. Now, we do get people who ask, oh, could we maybe pay over 5 payments in 4? The simple answer is no, because guys, the value of the intellectual property in here, it goes beyond probably anything you'll have ever seen before. And to be honest, if you're really just scraping together, you know, your last $400 to try and get into the program, it's maybe not for you at this time, because you know you will need to have a bit of an ad budget if you want to do the Facebook stuff. And we kind of want customers who, you don't need to be, you know, by any way, you know, loads and loads of money, but you do want to be in the mindset where you're not just thinking, oh, is this my last, you know, last chance, last ditch saloon. You have to be in the mindset where you're like, I'm going in here, I'm going to go through the videos, I'm going to study, I'm willing to learn, I'm going to interact in the group. And guys, see if you do that and you put in the effort and you go into that group and you ask questions, or you send a message saying, hey, Andrew, do you mind if I set up a 10-minute call on Skype? Absolutely, guys. If you've gone through the course, we will talk to you. But I mean, if you message me and you say, "Oh, Andrew, can I chat with you for 10 minutes?" and I'll say, "Well, have you gone through the course?" No, I just have a question about writing sales copy, but I haven't watched your module. I'm going to turn around to you and say, "Go and watch the module." Now, if you've watched the module and then you ask to speak to me, I'll be like, "Yeah, absolutely. What can I help you with?" So, guys, we just want to be open and transparent. We are available in here for you. We are the worst, like the most least hype you will ever see. Peter and I are very similar like that. So yeah, if you want to join, Harlan, you've just put I'll just swap to a different screen here. Give me one
Right, no, it's
second.
okay. I put it in. It's in the chat box. It is kilstein.com/DNA. Kilstein.com/DNA. Um,
Okay, guys. So
do we get
that's the link.
updates? And the answer he said was yes.
Absolutely.
I live in Colorado. What do I do with Amazon? You're thinking small. Amazon is just a small part of the course. If you can't be an affiliate for Amazon, uh, who work with any of another 100 companies. Do you help your students get into better CPA offers?
Peter, do you want to answer that
What
one?
was the question? Sorry.
Do you help your
What
students
was
get
that?
into better CPA offers?
What do you mean better CPA offers? What does that mean?
Some, according to rumor, there are some CPA networks that are difficult to get access to.
Yeah, that's 100% true because they look at the integrity of their network and they want to only offer super affiliates access to their networks because they know super affiliates are going to actually going to do something. So the the question, the answer is, if I see that you're actually doing something on the other thousands of other networks out there that are available to you, and you're banging it out hardcore and you're making a lot of money, yes, I will help you get into the more exclusive, closed, private, access only networks. But if you're not doing anything, there's no way I'm gonna help you get into the other networks. I'm just being honest with you. So
Okay.
actions speak louder than words.
All right, guys. Other questions?
Yeah, Harlan, I see there's one. Are there any upsells? Guys, everything you've seen there, the DNA Wealth program and the product launch training in the group, that's all included. We do offer two additional upsells, which are absolutely not required to do the course. One is high level strategy calls with myself and Peter. There's 4 weeks of intense strategy calls. So we get asked quite frequently, guys, we actually want to spend more money with you. We want to learn more from you. So that's why we've ended up providing that service for our clients. And then the other is a monthly club where Peter will give away actually like a new campaign. It'll be like a sacrificial campaign where he'll give away a campaign each month, and I also give away a marketing campaign of the month. So to give you an example here, I'm testing a new email campaign out, and we're getting 62% open rates, which is pretty crazy, and massive click-through rates. So I'm going to be giving away that one soon. And I've also got a special webinar series where we are it's quite phenomenal. Actually, I'll have to share this with you, Harlan. You're gonna love this. Where we're able to sometimes multiply our sales in the live call by as much as 7 to 8 times. Now, most people on call replays maybe only do two to three times the sales. If they're doing well, I can get up to 7 times the calls. So we're going to give away some good stuff on the monthly stuff. But for this DNA, guys, they're the only two upsells. You do not need them for the course. You do literally you can get started. Everything is in there. So the upsells are additional benefits depending on what level you're at. But if you're literally just starting out or you want to just go through the course, you're under no obligation to buy the upsells. Just get started with the original course and then come back to us if you want the other stuff later.
Okay. Good answer. How long is the training partnership? How long is their membership good for, I guess?
Oh, I think yeah, it's lifetime, Harlan. So we may consider swapping to an annual price model. And Peter and I have tested that as we build the site out. But if you buy now, from this webinar, we're gonna grandfather you in, so you won't pay another dime. You get lifetime access to it, guys. So you can log in there. Years from now, it'll still be there.
Okay. Any more questions? Looks like we're Oh, okay. Just to clarify, what if we're not in the U.S. time zone difference? Any obstacles you foresee in accessing? The answer is no, clearly. Just set up. You can't expect that Peter's going to be on Skype at 2 in the morning his time. But it's so easy to get access to these guys. It's insane. I have a ton of respect for you already, Peter. Question: what percent of your Facebook income is from CPA, and what percent is it from your own funnels and products?
What does that matter? To be honest, it doesn't matter about what my numbers are. That's kind of just for my own personal whatever.
Right. So let me translate his question. Uh, Peter, are you going to show me how to set up funnels and products?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. I speak English. Um,
Yeah. No,
does this,
I get that question sometimes, and I have to, I have to kind of wonder why ask that question. How does that kind of help you build out your business? Like, you need to get to work.
so and does this work worldwide? I am in India. I'm going to assume that where you
I
live.
can say, yeah, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
I have people using this in China, in Singapore, in the States,
Yeah,
in
Okay,
Europe.
so
and
you
if
do
you're
not have to live in the States. So, guys, if you think about how much money these guys generate in a day, for them to take out 2 hours on a day and talk to you, you're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars that they could be generating. So, out of respect for their time, I'm going to wrap this up. Folks, it's kilstein.com/DNA. This is something that I bought the same price as you did. Jumped it on. This is the thing that I plan on doing when I want to stop working with clients. It's just going to be sitting there, me, and doing the measurements on Facebook. Easy schmeezy. The course is simple. The lessons aren't long. It's broken down very neatly, and anybody who wants to get off their butt and work can do this. I encourage you to get on board. Peter, Andrew, thanks so much. They've seen what's possible. Thanks everybody for being here. Again, I encourage you, get on board. Last thing, Andrew, Peter, you guys are great. I rejoice very much in your success. I hope you will continue to benefit the community by changing the lives of many, especially the poor, destitute, and hungry in some parts of the world. Thank you for your time. Um,
Harlan, can I just bring in there?
oh, you see Greg's last question?
Oh, let me just see.
Yeah, Dr. Kilstein, thank you very much for introducing us to your customers. It's been awesome. The 2 hours that hopefully that we've been on this call, if I can change one person's life, it's 2 hours well spent as far as I'm concerned. So that's all I have to say.
Fantastic. Um, can
Yeah,
you guys
Greg.
handle Greg's question?
Yeah, I've just asked him for his email, Greg. If you can put your email in the box, please, that would be fantastic.
Then they'll get in touch with you right afterwards.
Yeah, guys, just so you know, Harlan, one thing we haven't mentioned is we are actually closing down access to new members on Sunday, the 4th of May. So what we like to do, Harlan, is Peter and I, what I find is by taking on a batch of new customers, we kind of work with them, we grind with them, and we like to generate more case studies, generate more success stories, and the best way we can do that is by closing down membership. So guys, if you do want to come on board, Sunday the 4th of May is the deadline. So I just thought I would mention that because
Okay, and once again, this is not a hype deadline. They closed down before, and it wasn't open for, am I guessing, about 4 or 5 months?
Yeah, literally 4 or 5 months, and the only way you've been able to get access if you're on very, very particular select joint venture partners lists, where we literally we analyze our joint ventures partners lists, and if they're not the type of customers we want to get in, we don't. I mean, we get asked to do JVs all the time for this course, Harlan, and it's like a person like yourself. We know you're a very well respected member of the community, and you bring great customers on board. It's been a pleasure to be here with you, and really hopefully serve you guys. I've really enjoyed it. So, guys, I'd just like to say from the bottom of my heart, thanks to all of you giving up your own time for being on the call. I really appreciate that as well, and hopefully Peter and I have delivered value to you. It would be wonderful to welcome you into our DNA family. So thanks for being here.
All right, everybody, thanks. Guys, you go have a terrific day. If you can do this, whatever, there will be a replay out. I will, God willing, it worked because, go to webinars kind of weird. If it's possible, It'll be on YouTube tomorrow. So go have a terrific day. Make some money. Andrew, Peter, thanks so much. God bless. Peter, go wrestle a kid.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Kilstein. Okay, everybody, take care. I'm going to go play my little baby boy.
All right.
Okay,
Bye-bye,
bye,
everybody.
Dr. Bye.